Alright gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. It is day 2 of January. We've got a couple things to do today. I also put something new in. Might be a little bit of a spoiler here. A little ways away, but it might be a little bit of a spoiler. Not positive yet if it's going to be or not, but I'll try to show it to you here in just a second. We're going to fill up some grapes. So that's about the biggest spoiler I'm going to give you there. Before I give you any more of it, you get a little bit of it there in the corner. We are going to be re-drilling. We're going to be drilling that small field there that we didn't do anything with. We're going to put another root crop in there. I think we'll do parsnip in there, I think, is what we're going to do. I also knocked down some more trees down there. There are still some remaining. There's not many, but there's still some remaining, and that's, as you can see, that's why we're at 24,000. But we were higher than that, and I spent some money. I talked about in the last episode that I want to figure out some kind of production to put down for our grapes, because just selling the grapes outright, just really not worth it. I have put something down. So let's go see it. It's just around the corner here. It does match the theme of everything that we've got going here for the most part. Now, obviously, not everything we have matches the theme. The barn and the grain mill in the back, and I mean, obviously the wood chips over there, and then the the chicken coop. They're not exactly the stone look or the stone effect that we're going with, but what we're utilizing for the grapes is a stone effect, and here it is. Now, it looks just kind of like a tiny little house, and that's realistically what it is, but it's basically a... Oh, looked the wrong way. It's basically a grape processor. You can see the silos inside there, and we can do other things besides grapes in here. So just to kind of give you a ballpark of what we can do in here. Up here, we can do at the grain mill our flour, our different kinds of flour. Down here, we can do different kinds of oils and juices. So we can do raisins, we can do grape juice, we can do apple juice, sunflower oil, canola oil, and olive oil. So... a great addition for us here. You know, a really, really good addition, actually, for a matter of fact. So, I think what we need to do here, though, is figure out what we want to do. Do we want to do raisins and grape juice, or grape juice alone, or raisins alone? I don't know what's the best to sell. I would assume it's grape juice. Yeah, grape juice makes you more money in February. Now, when we get to June, all of these prices are going to change once again, but... and we don't have that many grapes as it is. So I think given those understandings, we will just rock with the grape juice until we're able to get some more grapes. Then maybe we run both of them, right? More money. Especially if we make the amount of vines that I'm actually wanting to make, right? If we end up making that many vines, then I think it's probably going to be definitely useful for us to do that. A little bit too far there. Alright, let's dump some grapes in here. Let's get this thing going. Now, I believe I already turned it on, but let's just double-check that. I did. So we're going to start making grape juice now. We only have 1,657 liters of grapes. It's really not that many. I was hoping for a lot more than that, but unfortunately, we did not get a lot more than that. But the grapes are in there now. So, stage 1, we actually have something working. It's it's not the flour, but we at least have something working, which is good, right? I mean, that's really good, actually. I'm gonna actually park this back here and change where I've been sitting it at. I'm gonna sit it over here on this side. So we actually have a production working for us now. Now, one other thing, I believe the silage will be ready at some point today. Probably not right now, but a little bit later on, I think. 94%. So yeah, it'll be ready probably closer to the end. Well, the end. Closer to the end of you know, the things we need to accomplish today, which really isn't much, like I said, right? We've got to drill this field over here. We need to do some fertilizing of both the root crop fields. But other than that, we really don't have a whole lot else to do today. So it's going to be chopping down some trees so we can make some more area for more fields and things like that, right? So, but we're going to get parsnip in here right off the bat here. We're going to get this going. Nothing we can do with the grapevines until next month. I actually thought about just skipping this month altogether and just going to February, but I mean, we still have to fertilize the field straight ahead since we split these into 2, and we still have to. We realize we don't have to, but I wanted to drill this field right before we moved on to the next month anyway. So I just thought, let's just do one, even if it's a shorter episode. Let's just do one. Now, I did do a few other minor things. You probably already noticed it. I put some track work right here in between this field and that field over there. Nothing crazy. It's just a generic track. It's not anything special, but I said I wanted to put one there, so we have one there now. I didn't do the best job down here, did I? Oh well. So so we have the track kind of going up to the tree here. I didn't really go any further than that because we still have, you know, some questions out on what we're going to do with that tree, if anything. So I didn't touch the tree, and I didn't really go past the tree. So, but yeah, what do you think about the new? Well, I was going to say juice, but it's a, I don't know what you would call it. Let me. What do they call it in the actual mod? What do they call it? We gotta go waste. It's way down at the end. Hopefully we can get there before we go too far here. It's coming up. Here it is. Fruit and oil press. What do you think about the fruit and oil press? I like it. It matches all of the other stonework with everything we've been putting in, which matches our house. That's kind of what I wanted for a little bit for this one, right? Obviously, not everything is going to match, and things that really don't match at all, I kind of had the vision I'm going to stick it down there with our grain mill, because that grain mill doesn't really match the stonework, but, you know, everything else stone-ish, we're going to kind of try to keep in this area. I think it just looks good, right? From a theming perspective alone, it just looks good, so that's what we're going for. How's everybody doing today, though? Hopefully you're all doing well. Bit of a teaser. I've teased it in the last two episodes, the previous two episodes that have come out, the previous two videos that have come out. There's going to be a mini-series coming out. Probably not for another week or two, maybe 3 at the most, but somewhere around in that range. Just a mini-series, 10 episodes, maybe less, somewhere around there. It's something I wanted to do. We just, unfortunately, unfortunately is not the right word, but with FS25 coming out, there's just not going to be enough time to do a long series on it, so I kind of modified the rules a little bit and modified the way I was going to work, the way it's going to work, I should say. And we're going to do it now because I'm not sure when, if I'll have what I need to run the series in FS25. I don't know when that'll happen. It'll eventually happen, but I don't know when. Because I play on console, as I've mentioned a number of times, so I don't have the luxury, I guess is the right word, to be able to just go out and get any mod. I only can go off of what's on Mod Hub. So I don't always get the latest, greatest things like other PC players do, and that's not a negative thing at all. I'd have no problem with that. It's just letting you all know that's where I'm at. So look for that, a little mini-series coming out here in the next couple of weeks. Not going to give anything else away besides that. My channel members, which I currently have 2, will get a little early access to a couple of videos. I'm going to try to get them, done a little bit back-to-back, kind of. But it's going to be very short. Like I said, the episodes themselves might even be short. They might be around 20 minutes, but we'll just see how things get along. Could be less than that even, right? I just wanted to do it. I wanted to do it before FS25 comes out, and I'm going to figure out a way to make it work, no matter what it is. So, more to come on that. Now, in regard to the Frugal Millionaire Challenge, which is now over, which I had initially anticipated doing at least one of them this week, if not 2 this week. Since that's over, what we're going to do here for the next couple of weeks while I get the little mini-series underway and all sorted out and planned, the Ohio Richlands Broke to Billionaire Challenge will take the place of both of the regularly scheduled, or the previously regularly scheduled, Frugal Millionaire Challenge. So, Ohio Richlands Broke to Billionaire Challenge will now, for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, like I said, possibly 3, will be on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Now, when the new challenge comes out that I'm coming out with, the little mini-series, which is a challenge, guess that's a little bit of a spoiler too, but anyway, when that comes out, we will likely drop the Ohio Richlands series down to 2 days a week. It'll probably be Wednesday and Sunday. It'll always be on Sunday, but it'll probably be Wednesday, and then I'll have the mini-series on Saturday. That's kind of where my thoughts are right now, at least, but it could change, so just make sure you stay tuned to the channel. I'll make sure I make posts and everything. I always let everybody know, right, as much as I can. So the reason why I'm saying all this and I'm trying to get all this done is for a number of reasons. I've mentioned it before, I'm sure, on this series, but if not, I know I've mentioned it in other series. I've got a couple things coming up here. It's not in the immediate future, but in the near future. In October, I'll be gone for about half of October. My wife and I got married last year. I think I mentioned that, and we didn't take a honeymoon or anything after the wedding. We just decided to save a little money for a while. So we're leaving for a honeymoon We're going to go to Italy, so never been to Italy, so I'm really excited about that. I like architecture, old architecture, things like that, so I'm really excited about that. So we'll be gone for a couple weeks, and I won't have access, unfortunately, to probably anything. I might be able to have some internet access, maybe if I'm at a cafe or a restaurant or something, or potentially at night, maybe at a hotel or Airbnb, wherever we're staying. Maybe potentially I could have some internet access there, but there'll probably be I'll probably be able to answer, I guess, less than I normally do. Or it'll be slower, I guess. So I've got that coming up. And then, obviously, I don't want to get into it because I've talked about it a little bit already, but the inevitable, unfortunate, awful, bad situation that in my family is happening with my family right now. So eventually that's going to happen, and I'm sure whenever that does happen, I'm probably not going to want to do a video for a couple of days at least, right? So I'm just trying to get things bulked up as much as I can right now while I have the time to do so after work. And yeah. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get as. I got a lot going on right now, but I'm going to do the best I can here for all of you to make sure you have something to watch if you want to in the coming months while I'm going to be probably very busy. So, but as always, I'll make sure I keep you posted and everything on posts and on Discord and all that good stuff. So, but enough about that. We're nearly done with this drilling. So then after this, we just got to jump into the sprayer here, and we can spray this field and that field for the first application of fertilizer. And then once those are done, really, we don't have anything else to do, like I said. So then it's really going to be a matter, I guess, of doing some more tree work and seeing if we can figure out anywhere else to put another field. Now, I could potentially, but I don't want to. I could potentially put a field right here in this area, right? It'd be a little bit of an awkward shaped field, but I could do it. Maybe even expand and make some fields this way. But the reason why I don't really, maybe down here maybe, but the reason I don't really want to do anything in here is because this is some of the remaining flat area that we have. And we're going to need to put down some more productions, right? We're going to have to at some point. And then we have this section here, which is relatively flat. It's not perfect, but it's relatively flat as well. And then out in here. But I think our line ends right about in here. I think this is the edge. And then it kind of wraps around this tree line here. I think that's all we have. So the thing about this is, I mentioned it previously, and I'll just mention it quickly again. When you get down here low, you can see this is a pretty steep hill right here. So I really can't put a crop field on the edge of this. Now, what I might be able to do is I could potentially put some grapes or olives or something up here. That I could probably do on the hill and get away with it. But the harvester header, it's not going to be good for that. So that's not going to work. This section down here that's flat, I said I would combine this field, right, and just extend it. So we could, I guess, make a small field there and maybe put some sorghum in or something that grows quickly, right? Maybe. But I think I put sorghum in here, actually. But you get what I mean. I mean, I could potentially do that. But other than that, the only thing left to do is, like I said, tree work, right? So I think we can take probably most of these trees here, but this line of trees right here is going to probably say it's, out of our boundary. So the only other thing really to do, let's do a quick save here, is if we look at the map here, right, we've got this land, but it's not really good land, so we can get the trees from here and here. We could look at this section here, but I'm pretty positive this wasn't good land either. It's very hilly. We've got this big massive section here. We do have a section back here that looks kind of like there's a hill, but then it's kind of flat, so maybe we look at this back in here. I haven't really looked at that. But you can see we're probably really close to the tree line. We might not even be able to take many more of those out from where we are. So it's probably going to start having to cut into these here relatively soon. The other thing is I talked about at the very beginning, but we didn't have the money to do it, was doing some firewood, excuse me. So whenever the time comes that, we need to start doing some wood maybe down here, or even if we want to expand the grapes and stuff up into here like we said we were going to do, maybe we put down that firewood location over there, right? I don't want to just keep dragging trees a mile away all the way up to that wood chip thing. It just doesn't seem like it's the best use of our time, right? So some things to think about there, I guess, and kind of make a decision on. Now, the other thing that we have going on for us that we can do today, I guess, is when that silage is ready, which it should be ready at any minute, probably closer to 10:30, 11, we can mow all the grass that we have around here, right? So all this area that I said I didn't really want to put anything in, we could still mow it, right? We still have that ability to mow it. So I guess that's our other option. I don't know why I'm driving this over here. Let me back this up for a minute. I did move the sprayer out of that shed over into this shed. It just fits better over there. So we moved that over there. So we're finally utilizing that shed. Well, finally. It hasn't really been here for that long, but you get what I mean, right? You get what I mean. Opens this area up a little bit more as well for the smaller equipment, so which I think is what is better suited for this open air shed here. So let's get into the sprayer here. Oh, we still have to bring the harvester back too, by the way, which we don't have a header for yet, but we will need one soon. I believe this one, maybe not this one. It might be ready next episode. If it's not, it's gonna be the following. It might. I think it's gonna be ready next episode, so that's good. We'll get to harvesting something finally. But this is sorghum. Yeah, so that won't take long to be done. It'll be another 2 episodes probably. Well, no. I guess if we do 2 episodes in February, it'll be 3, right? But you get what I mean. So, let's get these sprayed. I swear we sprayed that field down there in the last episode, but maybe for some reason it didn't save. I don't know. Very weird. Because if I look at the map, let me show you what I'm talking about here. See, it says it only was fertilized... Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Ignore me. We just have to fertilize this. It's because we mowed that section beforehand. That's why it's only showing 1 step of fertilizer. I need to wait until it's actually germinated, and then it'll be and then I have to, fertilize it again for the second time. That's what it is. All right, ignore me. Completely ignore me. I just saw this section here, and I was like, well, why is that there? Maybe I missed that whole thing, or maybe it just didn't save. But it's because we expanded that just a slight bit that wasn't mowed, and part of it was mowed. So ignore everything I just said. But I think you get what I mean. We're going to do this in almost 1 pass. We probably will do this in 1 pass. It's going to be damn close. I got to be really precise here, though. Yeah, this is a 1 pass. This is amazing. How fast this is. Absolutely amazing. Unbelievable. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to hit this little edge down here, but that's it. We're done. That's all we had left to do with the exception of the silage. So we'll go check on the silage. I don't think it's going to be ready, so we might have to wait a little bit here. Maybe go rest for a couple of hours and then wait for the silage to be ready. I don't really want to end the episode at that point. I'd like to do the silage today and make some money off of that. Now, what I would like to do is turn the silage into something else that makes us more money. But I mean, we'll probably have to cut down a couple of trees even if we're able to do that. So can't wait till we start getting the animals going, though. We're real close to that. We do have to do stuff with Jester today, so we have that left to do as well. So, excuse me, I'm saying that we have nothing else left to do is not a correct statement. We still have to do stuff with Jester, so... 94% still. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait a couple of hours here before that's ready. So, I'll tell you what we'll do here. I've done this a couple of times, so I'm not going to do it again here, but let me just... ride Jester around the farm a little bit here. Get him back up to 100% riding, and then we'll brush him and all that, clean him up and everything. And I'll make a decision here on what I'm going to end up doing at the silage. We'll probably skip a couple hours between now and where I pick up with you. Just to make sure we have that silage so we can go ahead and get working on the silage and getting that, sold. I don't necessarily want to put down any kind of selling point unless it's an actual building selling point. What I mean by that is I don't want to put down a market stall or just a selling grate that's super unrealistic, and I don't want to do that. If I'm going to get a selling point, I want it to be some kind of building, so I don't want to use like the all-in-one container or anything like that, right? I want to use something a little bit different. So I'll think about that. I don't know if there will be anything, worth it to do or not. We might just have to, carry them all the way back down there. Now, one thing that might be useful for us to get is to upgrade our loading wagon. As a matter of fact, I think we probably will do that. So let me ride Jester around. Let me get him all taken care of, and then we'll upgrade the loading wagon, and then we'll make our decision on a selling point or not. All right, it's ready, gang. We just only had to go take a rest inside for a couple of hours. Got some nice early lunch. Wasn't too bad. It was nice to take a break for a minute. So we're going to sell this, though. We're going to upgrade this because it's going to save us a lot of time, I think, in the long run. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to cost us a lot of money to do it, but we're going to do it anyway. I think it was worth it. Let's see. Which one is it that we want? I think it was this one. Yeah, 25, because we had 13, so this is a huge increase for us. We're going to go with this one. What color do we want? Oh, I kind of like that dark green. Maybe we can go with that dark green. I kind of like that a lot. I don't really use green very often, dark green very often. Pretty much use all the money we have here, gang, but that's okay. Oh, I forgot about my tractor down here. My other tractor. Brought it down here last time because I needed to do some service to it. I completely forgot about it. It was a mistake on my part. Anyway, so it is done. So let's get back up to the farm here, back up to the bunker silo, and we'll uncover it, and we'll start running these back and forth. All right, we're back. Got the Massey Ferguson out because we're gonna have to utilize this to continue to open up the covering there. It's the only one we have that has a front loader on it, so. Hopefully we can get this thing all the way down here to the end without having any issues. Alright, so far so good. Not the best camera work, but I think it does the trick here. Come on. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're going to have to go back around. I love this tractor, and we only utilized it for a brief period, but this is now becoming our workhorse for silage here. It's really the only thing we're utilizing it for now at this point. Occasionally for pallet fork stuff, but soon we're not even going to need that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Get up there, get up there. I might have to wait here. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get this until we get some more of that out of there. Alright, well, let's just try to get some more out, and hopefully that doesn't get stuck. Sometimes there's a bit of a glitch. I'm sure some of you who are watching may have run into it before, where there's a bit of a glitch where it won't uncover the whole thing sometimes. Alright, let's make sure everything is set. Turn on lower pickup. There's no unfolding. We're good. $25,000 liters right there. So this is going to be a lot of trips back and forth here, gang. A lot of trips back and forth selling this. So, yeah, let's well, actually, there are 2 sell points, I think. If I remember correctly, there's 2 sell points for this, which I was very surprised about. Let me make sure that we're going to the same one here. There are 2 sell points. 345 is technically the one that's worth more right now, but it's dropping, so we got to kind of keep an eye on that a little bit there. It is pretty much the best time to sell it, too. Technically, February is when it drops, so the fact that the one's already dropping, I think it says all you need to know. It's going to be the highest it's going to be, so is it the same one? It doesn't appear like it to me. It is not. This is the different one. This is the other one. Okay. Well, at least now we know where that sell point is, I suppose, right? We're probably got to move the harvester. It's a little bit in the way, but this should make us a good amount of money here. This whole setup, but a lot of silage. Not as probably as much as the wood chips are making us, but it's still going to be pretty damn good. So let's get in a groove here, gang. Let's get this done and see what kind of money we get. All right, we're nearly done, and boy, did that silage mound give us some issues, didn't it? Whew. There at the beginning, I was a little concerned that we were fully stuck and we weren't going to be able to get out of that, but we made it work. We figured out a way. But that was not the easiest. All right. I believe we're done. I believe the pit is empty. Yep. Silo is empty. I did also see, just randomly now, that it looks like I can put the silage into our Pioneer silo, so that's great. I didn't even realize that was going to be a possibility, but it works, so I'm not going to complain. If we ever need to store some for whatever reason, right? We've got that ability to do so now. So it's good the rest of this sold. We're at 53,846. There's not much here, so it really won't get us a whole lot higher than that, but still, pretty good, I think. It's a good chunk of change from some silage. Definitely be at least 50 grand, right? Definitely. All right, 55,411 is the amount we end up with today. Bit of a shorter episode here, gang, but I really don't have a whole lot else we can do today. I don't want to skip anything. Like I said, I need to get rid of some more trees. There's really not a whole lot as far as expanding our land we can do unless there's something back there, which we'll go take a look at really quick. And even though I just said that's the end of the episode, some of you may have already turned off, but let's go up there really quick and just double check. I know back here, maybe it was back here, I don't know. There was one section where there's a potential, a slight potential or possibility for us to be able to put another plot of land there at current, right? Let me back this up really quick, and let's go take a look. There's the hitch on that is not what needs to be for this tractor. Clearly, it's throwing it up in the air every time I hitch it or unhitch it. Let's head back to the left side here first, and then we'll drive over there. I wish it had lines on the mini-map here that I'm pulling up to the left here, but it doesn't. So it doesn't really give me a whole lot to go off of here. I'm going to have to drive through this tree. I made that a little bit too close there. So we have a good section out here. It's not the best. It's pretty hilly, like a valley here. This may be up here, maybe? There's a potential right here. This is probably the section I was talking about. Yeah, there's a potential for a field here. A bit of an awkwardly shaped field, but there's definitely a potential for a field here. So let's keep that in the back of our mind here. Here's a real bad hill. We're not even actually in our land anymore there. This is really nice and flat here, but unfortunately, we only own a small section of it. I guess we can make a really awkward shaped field here, too, like a triangle-shaped field. Small field. Let's drive up here to the other end. Sorry I keep going in and out of the menu. That's just the only way, really, I can fully tell here. So this is the massive hill right here that I'm talking about that there's not going to be anything we can do with. I mean, that is a severe drop. Now, it does flatten out a little bit down here, but not really enough. I mean, we probably could do a field here, maybe, but it's not the greatest. I mean, now we're out of our land now. So, yeah, there's a potential, I guess, down here at the bottom for a field, but there's absolutely no way on the side of this hill here that we could do one. Maybe, like I said, some potential grapes or olives potentially on the side of that hill, maybe, but that would be the extent of it. So with that, gang, we're going to leave the episode here. I'm going to hook back up to this, and I'm going to start doing some more tree work here between now and the next episode, and hopefully we get a lot more money and we can maybe figure out something to do with the sell point. I actually didn't figure anything out. I had an idea, but I'm not sure it's going to work or not, so we'll have to just see how it goes. But we're going to leave it there, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. Free. Helps me out an absolute ton if you do that. Check my other channel out as well. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on that. I'm about 840. So if you like games besides Farming Simulator, check that one out. I got some fun stuff going on there. So check it out. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.